Welcome to this course. Quick Start PC Client, HIKMICRO Analyzer. In this course, you will learn the following contents. Brief introduction. Workflow and inspection. General settings. Files management. Course review. Let's begin the first part. Brief introduction. HIKMICRO Analyzer is a powerful and free license PC software. It is designed to help users manage and analyze thousands of radiometric images and videos, and quickly create professional reports. With files from HIKMICRO handheld cameras, HIKMICRO Analyzer simplifies your inspection workflow and increases your reporting productivity. The operating process is usually like this. Firstly, an inspector carries a thermography camera to the inspection site and captures images on the spot. Secondly, the captured files are imported into HIKMICRO Analyzer for analysis and processing. Lastly, the user uses HIKMICRO Analyzer to generate a multi-page report. As you can see here, users could download the HIKMICRO Analyzer and its user manual on our official website. In addition to the download method just mentioned, users could obtain the user manual within the client as well. Simply click on the question mark in the right upper corner of the interface to see user manuals in some different languages, which you can download on demand. Please be noted, the PC should be connected to the internet for this jump. Now, let's take a closer look at the user interface of HIKMICRO Analyzer. We can see that there are 4 options in the client: Library, Analysis, Report, and Live. Each option will present a corresponding user interface to implement different functions. Library, for loading and managing image and video files. Analysis, for tuning image, editing measurements, and doing post-analysis. Report, for loading or editing report templates and generating reports. Live, for living radiometric stream to analyze in real time and recording stream for post-analysis. The first option is Library, as shown in the figure. The interface is divided into several pieces by functions, and each section will be introduced according to the serial number below. Number 1. Local files. Users can directly browse the folders on your PC and select the desired files to analyze. By the way, its functions will be elaborated in Part 3 and only provide a brief summary here. Number 2. My Favorites. Users can import images or videos to this folder for files management. Part 4 will introduce several import methods in detail. Number 3. Loaded files. Users can select a file to view its related information. Number 4. Image information, including IR resolution, temperature range, device model, serial number, etc. Number 5. Task list, which temporarily contains images and/or videos for analysis and report. The second option is analysis. Let's take a look at the sections in this interface. Number 1. Toolbar for image and video analysis. This is post-analysis. Real-time analysis is implemented in the live interface that will be introduced later. Number 2. Task list loaded from the library. Number 3. Radiometric images or videos to be analyzed. Number 4. Image editing tools, including palettes, image modes, and color distribution. Number 5. Image information and temperature analysis. The image information is the same with that in the library interface. Temperature analysis includes measurements and parameters. The third option is Report. In this interface, you can see Number 1. Toolbar of report objects. Various objects such as table and thermal image are provided. Number 2. Task list loaded from the library. Number 3. Available report templates. Users could pick up a predefined template or load a template in this section. Number 4. Click the button to export a report to PDF or an editable file format. The last option is Live. There are mainly 6 sections in this interface. Most of them are similar to those in the analysis interface. Number 1. Toolbar for live video analysis. Number 2. Camera connections via USB. After a connection is set up, the real-time analysis can proceed. Number 3. Commands to control the camera and stream. Number 2 and 3 are the major different parts from the analysis interface. Number 4. Live radiometric stream to be analyzed. Number 5. Image editing tools, including Super IR, palette, window size, and color distribution. Number 6. Measurements and parameters. Now, in the second part, we are going to talk about workflow and inspection. As mentioned before, the workflow of HIKMICRO analysis contains 3 major parts: capture image, image analysis, and generate report. These 3 parts are refined operations in the following workflow. Firstly, use your camera to capture radiometric images on the spot. Secondly, export captured images to your PC. Thirdly, load the images to HIKMICRO Analyzer. Fourthly, analyze the images with HIKMICRO Analyzer. Then, select a report template, which should be predefined. Next, generate an inspection report with the file format of PDF or editable ODT. Finally, share the exported inspection report to other people via email. Please be noted, the report template is greatly dependent on inspector's preference. In addition, before the inspection works, users can pre-create report templates in HIKMICRO Analyzer. Now, we will introduce the key points of the above steps. First, capture images. Please use your camera to focus well and capture radiometric images. And you should tune the images as much as possible on the spot, which is quite necessary and meaningful for later analysis. As for specific tuning methods, such as Super IR, image modes, palettes, level, and span, we have already covered them in detail in other courses named with basic functions and camera series. Then, users can move to get the asset ID, which is helpful for files management later. The specific operations are as follows. First, press Scan QR code and save on the interface after capturing a radiometric image on the spot. Next, scan the on-site QR code of the asset to obtain its asset ID. Please be noted, QR codes correspond to the assets should be printed and placed nearby beforehand. If the QR code fails to be scanned, or if there is no QR code at all, it is necessary to manually enter the asset ID. Just make some changes or creations to complete this process. After obtaining the images and their asset IDs, you can load images to HIKMICRO Analyzer client. The first thing to do is to export the captured JPEG format images to your PC with the supplied USB cable. For more details about connections, please head over to another HMTT basic course named Connections and Other External Applications. Then load images to the client via local files or My Favorites. These two load methods will be described respectively in Part 3 and Part 4. Next, you can check the loaded images. Select the image to view its details, including thermography camera information and asset ID. And if the image was captured by a camera with visual lens, its visual image would be presented as well. Complete the loading step, then you can start image analysis. Select your desired image and click on Add to Task List. It could be seen that the right list is a zone to temporarily bind a group of files. Next, click on Analyze to load the task list to the analysis interface. In this interface, users can fine-tune the images, draw the measurement tools, and set different parameters. One thing to note is that hover over the thumbnail of the image on the left, a crossed icon will appear. Clicking on it can remove this image from the list. After finishing image analysis, the report can be generated. But before that, it is necessary to select a report template. In this step, please be noted, all templates should be created beforehand. HIKMICRO Analyzer provides a few of predefined templates. And HIKMICRO Analyzer allows to save a report page as a new template, and to load existing template files. Choosing a suitable template, you can click on OK to generate report with all images in task list. Users should know that the selected template will take effect on all images. Radiometric video files with the file name suffix of .rv or .hrv cannot be used in HIKMICRO Analyzer reports. The third part will deliver an introduction to general settings of HIKMICRO Analyzer. Let's continue. First of all, users can click on the gear icon in the upper right corner of the client interface to check Settings. In the Settings menu, there are several options designed for different functions. In Location, user can set the path to save image and video files. In Language, users can check installed languages and switch it from one to another. In Measurement, users can set different display units of parameters and measurements according to their own needs. In Import Mode, users can select a method of importing files to My Favorites folder for files management. Let's start with the language option. English is the default language of the client. If you want to switch languages or achieve language conversion, multi-language installer is required. It should be mentioned that installing an client is mandatory, and only after its installation can the multi-language installer be run. An multi-language installer is designed as a patch. After above steps, you need to restart HIKMICRO Analyzer for the operations to take effect. Then, let's take a look at display units. As shown in the following figure, Celsius and metric units are default settings. If you want to make some changes, you can adjust units for temperature and distance in measurement. For unit of temperature, the client supports Celsius, Kelvin, and Fahrenheit. For unit of distance, both metric and imperial are supported. Note please, overlaid units of measurements can be saved together with images. Now, we are going to introduce the local files. It works as a file explorer which could automatically load local files. Once certain changes are made to the files, such as adding or deleting images, it can achieve automatic refresh as well. Besides, it has an editable path, where you can click to paste the pre-copied address from the keyboard. so as to reach your desired path. In addition, there are two buttons respectively representing back and forward for quick switching. Next, let's talk about the file location. Please click the gear icon to check settings. Select the location option. There are 3 items on the interface. My Favorites indicates where to save grouped images and videos. Captured Images indicates where to save images captured in live. Recorded Video in Live represents where to save videos recorded in live. In the fourth part, let's focus our eyes on the content related to files management. My Favorites is a significant part in HIKMICRO Analyzer. Now, let's take a look at its relevant import modes. As shown in the figure, there are 3 methods to import files into My Favorites for files management. The first import mode is copy, which means to copy a source file to the location of My Favorites in the computer. In this mode, the source file keeps, and modifications by HIKMICRO Analyzer only effect on the copy in the folder of My Favorites. Therefore, this import mode is relatively recommended. Both original and edited files keep in the computer. The second import mode is cut, which means to move a source file to the location of My Favorites in the computer. In this mode, the source file will be deleted during its importing to My Favorites, and modifications by HIKMICRO Analyzer would affect on the file in the folder of My Favorites. The third import mode is index, which means to add an index for a source file to My Favorites in the computer. In this mode, the source file keeps and there is no backup neither. Modifications by HIKMICRO Analyzer would affect on the source file if the source file is moved or deleted. HIKMICRO Analyzer cannot find it. After understanding the 3 import modes, let's move to see some features of the folder in My Favorites. As shown in the figure, the interface is divided into several sections. Section 1 is Local File. Section 2 is My Favorites, which has a similar layout compared to Local File. But the difference is that you can click the icon of +New to create a new folder in My Favorites, which is not available in Local File. Section 3 concludes Loaded Files. Section 4 concludes Thermography Camera Information. Section 5 indicates the task list. Now, import files will be introduced. The 2 numbers after the file folder name respectively represent the number of the imported files, and the maximum number of files in this folder. You can right-click on the folder name to select Rename or Delete. Then, let's take a look at how to add files into a folder. There are 3 methods. First, in an empty folder, users can click on the central zone and select their desired files to be added. Second, users can also directly drag files into the folder page. In addition, clicking on the import icon to select desired files is feasible as well. This time, let's move to some useful functions of tag. First of all, several operations related to tag will be introduced. Tag could be a reflection to the severity of issue. Users can tag or ray-tag an image with a number of available colors to indicate its severity. Available colors in HIKMICRO Analyzer include red, yellow, blue, green, gray, and white. By the way, white indicates untagged. When the severity is unclear, users can right-click on the image file to reset tag. In the client, Users can also organize files by tag. As shown in the figure, tagged files would be organized in a group, and untagged files with white color remain in another separate group. One thing to note is that users could change or reset color of tag according to the actual situation. Besides, sorting file groups by tag is another function. It is recommended to adopt sort in ascending, to find the most severe issue timely in the front. The color order representing the severity of the issue is red, yellow, blue, green, gray, and white. Now, we are going to talk about filter. There are several typical factors for filter. As mentioned before, tag is one of the factors. Users can filter by tag to check issue severity. Beyond this, users can filter by asset ID to find a specific asset. Filter by text annotation to find all files with specific or without comments. Filter by time range to search for files in a specific range. Clicking on the reset icon could remove all factors for filter. As for the factor of asset ID, you can input and search the desired asset ID in the filter box. Please be noted, asset ID must be contained in the captured images, and the keywords must be consistent with the obtained asset ID. Otherwise, HIKMICRO Analyzer will not be able to search for the correct files that you want. For other specific details related to asset ID, please refer to annotations asset ID demonstrated earlier in this video. In terms of the factor of time range, users can set the start and end time to filter files captured in a specific time range. It is available to use this factor to find files from a long time ago, or to hide files outside of the certain time range. In addition to tag, image files could be organized by capture time as well. As demonstrated in the figure, in the mode of daily, files are in the arrangement of the specific date of capture. Users should be noted that files without capture time, such as visual images or screenshots, would be organized as unknown. As you can see, in the mode of monthly, files are combined to different groups according to the month of capture. Capture time of an edited and saved file is identified as the same as the originally captured time. Last, in the mode of annually, files would be organized by the year of capture. Like tag, HIKMICRO Analyzer supports sorting by capture time. Adopting sort and descending could help users to easily find the latest files at the top, which is rather practical to their actual work. Now, let's take a look at the item of file name. Users can rename the file to make it more meaningful. For file groups organization, file name could be a filtering factor, and you can repeat the section of filter introduced previously in this video. It should be mentioned that the file's initial name is created by the camera that you are using, and file naming in camera follows the two rules below. First, timestamp. This item is set by default. Second, numbering. Apart from capture time and tag, sorting by file name is available in HIKMICRO Analyzer client as well. Generally speaking, sort and descending is more recommended. The file name here does not refer to the asset name. If you want to know the content of asset ID with the filter function, please see again the section of filter, asset ID. which earlier shown in this video. Finally, we will introduce some file operations. Users can move and copy to archive files into folders of my favorites. Please be noted, at least 2 folders existing in my favorites is required for the above operations. Right-clicking on one of the selected files to achieve move or copy. Move means to move the selected files to another file folder, such as another site or asset. Copy means to copy the selected files to another folder. For unwanted files, users can choose to delete them. There are 3 methods to delete a file from a folder in the client. Method 1. Right-click on the thumbnail and select Delete. Method 2. Hover over the thumbnail to unhide the delete icon and click on the icon. Method 3. Click on the thumbnail and select the delete icon. In the last part, let's take a review about what we have introduced in this course. In Part 1, we have taken a brief introduction about HIKMICRO Analyzer, including software download, user manual, and user interface. In Part 2, the specific workflow and inspection has been introduced. Firstly, capture images on the spot. Secondly, load images to HIKMICRO Analyzer client. Then, do image analysis. Next, choose a suitable report template. Last, generate the report. In Part 3, we have talked about several general settings of HIKMICRO Analyzer. Those are multiple languages and display units for regional preference. Before introducing the HIKMICRO Analyzer's extraordinary feature, my favorites, we quickly mention local file and file locations as a reference. Then we have taken many slides in Part 4 to deal with files management. We have delivered a detailed introduction to the content below. The folder of my favorites and its related functions. How to import files to a folder. Tag, which can be used as a reflection to the severity of issue. Filter with several important factors. Capture time for files organizing and sorting. File operations including move, copy, delete, etc. Thank you for your time with us, taking the chance you know today. Please go to start the quiz and earn your credits.